Morning, people. It's Coach Simmons, and today we're going to play a little chaos theory. Because, complete chaos is always a great thing to have in college football this time of year. It drives up the ratings and stuff like that. So we're going to look at what could happen for the college football playoffs. Let's get it going. Line by line, we're going to start with one team that I love and respect, and we all love and respect. The Army Knights. Undefeated Army Knights, 7-0, ranked 23rd in the country. Last games on here, Air Force is always a big one. North Texas is going to be big if North Texas doesn't fold. They have Notre Dame at home. Unlike Navy, they're not going to play this damn game at a neutral site. Bring your ass to West Point. Then home for UTSA and then at Navy. Army has not had a challenge the whole year. If Army wins out, once again, like I said, there is nobody keeping the United States military, the Army, out of a college football playoff. So let's take that as one team in out of 12. Now, that is the whole thing about the Group of Five champion, but this is not what I'm talking about. The ACC. The question is the ACC a two-bid team, two-bid league? Because you do have a couple of teams that can knock each other off, right? Let's look at SMU first. SMU remaining games at home on the 2nd versus Pittsburgh. Oh, I'm going to be watching this game with a passion. There's no other choice. And then they don't play anybody else. Boston College, Virginia, Cal. Okay. They win this game, they'll be in position to be a top 10 team. That's all I'm saying. It's a top 10 team. Who wins over at least two, at the time, ranked schools. One loss over a dominant Big 12 champion. Now, going back to the ACC, let's check out Clemson. Clemson's road, one loss, one ass whooping to Georgia. Then they've been kind of blowing everybody out ever since then. Louisville, Virginia Tech should be wins. At Pitt, Citadel, and South Carolina. If they run the table, they should be in the ACC championship game, right? There's another team over here, Miami. No one's doubting Miami should win the rest of these games. Miami should be in the college football playoff, or at least the ACC championship game. Which leads you to the question of the only team that has a tough schedule remaining out of the top four is Pittsburgh. They play SMU and Clemson. So, if Pittsburgh wins out, they're in. Like, no matter what happens, they're in. But let's play chaos here. SMU wins out. Clemson and Miami both win out. What does that do? Well, honestly, you won't have a three-bid league in the ACC. It's not going to happen. The only way that happens is some odd way in hell, SMU jumps Clemson, which is not going to happen. From being low as they are right now, it will not happen. So, the two teams that get to the ACC championship game have a legitimate beef to be included into the college football playoff. So let's say they do. Two teams. Okay. Let's say Miami and Clemson. Let's just say Miami and Clemson. Those two get in. All right. Biggest names. So you have Army, Miami, Clemson. That's three teams. Now, I must first congratulate Coach Prime for getting to a bowl game. Now that's out the way. My Texas Tech Red Raider or K-State thing ain't gonna happen. Texas Tech, I don't know what happened to them, but they just fell off. But these top three, BYU, Iowa State, Kansas State. BYU undefeated, number 11 in the country, ranked below Iowa State, also undefeated, number 10 in the country. BYU schedule going forward. Yeah, I mean, come on. Utah is going to be a big one because it's a rivalry game. But after that, they shouldn't lose a game. Be honest with it. Iowa State, Kansas, Cincinnati, Utah, home to K-State. In theory, if BYU was undefeated, in theory, this K-State game, that game should be the winner gets into the Big 12 title game. Because K-State has Houston, Arizona State, Cincinnati at home. And in theory, that's what it is. Because the Big 12 will be a two-bid league. I know everybody hates BYU. Even if it's a one-bid, let's just call it what it is. Let's say the Big 12 is a one-bid league. All right? They'll keep only one team in. So let's say the winner gets in. Just for the hell of it, just for shits and giggles, I'm saying K-State gets in. All right? So we go back to the chaos theory we're going to do here. Where'd it go? Okay. If Army, say Clemson and Miami, that's three. Let's say K-State, that's four. Right? Big Ten, lots of deserving teams. Indiana, Oregon, Penn State, Ohio State. Right now, they are honestly a three-bid league. But, gotta look at the schedules. Oregon has an easy win, easy angle to it. Get to the win out, they're in. Lose the Big 10 title game, it's still in, no matter. You look at Penn State, it's a little tougher. They got to play Ohio State. The winner of that game, automatically in. Don't matter. Anything else happens, the winner of that game is automatically in. Because honestly, looking at Ohio State, put Purdue, and then they got Indiana. So Ohio State has a tougher schedule remaining. So if Ohio State beats Penn State, Ohio State's in, no matter what happens. If they lose to Indiana, Indiana wins out. Indiana's also in. And coach, for this, Ohio State with two losses. Look, this is Indiana's schedule remaining. There is nobody on this schedule who looks tough to play so far, but Ohio State late in the season. If they beat Ohio State, they are in. This is that simple. So you're going to have a 3-team league. If Indiana wins, Indiana, whoa, shit. Yeah, Indiana, Oregon, and Ohio State. Remember, this is a chaos theory, people. This is what's going to happen. This is not some bullshit I'm pulling out my ass. So you got Nate Army, that's 1. Clemson, Miami, that's 2. K-State, that's 3. Shut up. Oregon, Indiana, Ohio State, that's 6. Conference USA, that I had hope for y'all, man, and then I don't know. No, Notre Dame will not be in. In the American Conference, Northern Illinois, you had a chance, but no. Mountain West. Remember what I said about the highest ranked group of 5 champion? Remember the highest ranked group of 5 champion. Who would it be? Remember there's a scheduling agreement, right? With Boise, with the Mountain West and the Pac-12. So everybody's looking at, oh, Boise ain't playing nobody. Boise ain't playing nobody. Washington State is also in the damn Mountain West right now. Y'all forgot that, didn't you? So Washington State has that one loss, or one ass whooping to Boise State. Boise State, honestly, is probably their biggest win. Let's be honest about it. I mean, well, yeah, also Oregon, Portland State, Georgia Southern, Washington State, Utah State, Hawaii, UNL. That's their biggest win. But because they have this dominating ass running back, who I think will look great in Kansas City jersey next year. That's just me being me. Sorry. Because of him, and on a side note, I got to ask this question. Can y'all tell me how this kid got the hell out of Florida? I mean, damn. Gators, Seminoles, Hurricanes, hell, UCF, USF. Shit, you want to go funny with it? FAU, FIU, hell, FAMU. How the hell this kid got out of Florida? But let it go. Let it go. Boise State would play Washington State. Now, if Boise State loses to Washington State, all this is mute. But seeing how they booked their ass early in the year, if Boise State wins and the committee still values the running back, then Boise's in. Chaos theory. There are 2 group of 5 teams in, not 1. So let's play it again. Army wins out. Home win versus Notre Dame, and back-to-back wins versus Navy. Or win versus Navy and Tulane. Whatever. Clemson and Miami both get in. That's 3. K-State gets in. Shut up. That's 4. Indiana, Oregon, Ohio State. That's 7. No. That's 8 teams right there. Let's just go down here just for shits and giggles. No. Okay, now, this is chaos for all the Longhorn fans out there. The worst thing you could have happened happened. LSU got the ass handed to them by A&M. Which puts A&M in the conversation. He's saying, but coach, we're still ranked higher than A&M. Okay, let's play devil's advocate here. Georgia, they're in. It's not even a question. Georgia's in. Number 9 team. In. No matter what happens, they're in. Now, let's come back to this one. Back to that one. Georgia's in no matter what. Georgia will be playing for the SEC title game. That's what I'm thinking about, right? This is what I'm thinking about it. Tennessee has one tough game left on their schedule before they play Vandy, and that is at Georgia. I know this is sacrilege to say it for the SEC, but let's just take a wild prayer here. What if Tennessee beats Georgia? Well, coach, that would not make Georgia have 2 losses. Texas would jump Georgia. Let me get to that. Tennessee beats Georgia. Tennessee wins out. They're playing for the SEC title game. Right? That's just how it is, right? 1 loss. They beat Georgia. They're in contention. So Tennessee should be in, right? Remember I already said Georgia's in? When we get there. So, you take this team right here. They're in for the SEC title game. Well, you still have Texas and A&M. How is Georgia going to get in? This is your chaos. A&M just beat the hell out of LSU. Sorry about that. They played South Carolina, New Mexico State, Auburn, and home versus Texas. Going in the Texas game, they should be undefeated in conference play. So looking at the conference standing over here, Tennessee will have 1 loss. Georgia will have 2. Texas will have 1. A&M will have none. Unless they fold like they usually do. If A&M beats Texas for the last game of the year, A&M will play Tennessee for the SEC title game. Also, because Texas and Georgia both have 2 losses, Georgia will jump in front of Texas in the conference rankings. Like, well, what does that mean? This is what this means. You still have LSU out there. You're not going to fall that far from losing to A&M. They have a home game versus Bama next week. LSU wins out, beats Bama at Florida, home of Vanderbilt, now Oklahoma. Oh, home with Oklahoma. LSU will jump Texas. And you're like, what, how? What are you saying? What do you mean? Look at the damn schedule. Who on here has Texas beat of any significance? That's currently a good team. Colorado State. Michigan was good at the beginning of the year. Not so much now. UTSA. UL Monroe. Hey, they may win their conference. They may help you out a little bit. Mississippi State. Oklahoma. Vanderbilt. Florida. Arkansas. Kentucky. People. If Texas wins out and loses to A&M, this is the chaos I'm talking about. Your 12 teams for the college football playoff, just from looking at it, this is a broad stroke look. This is not, I'm not behind the ESPN strokers over there trying to get certain people in the playoff. I'm being honest about it. You are not keeping our Army undefeated. I don't care who you are. You are not keeping out United States military from the playoff if they have an undefeated season and beat Notre Dame at home. It is not happening. So that's one. Even though SMU will be deserving, they won't get a chance to play. So 1, 2, that's 3. I'm saying K-State. Shut up. I know Iowa State, BYU. I'm saying K-State. Winner of the Big 12. One bid league. That's 4. This one right here, Indiana, Oregon, Ohio State. That's 7 teams. No, no, no. There's your 18 right there. Remember, the whole thing is the highest ranked group of 5 champion. They will be ranked higher than Army if they win out. But you're not keeping Army out. You know how much of an uproar that will have politically and nationally. Because there's no team in the South. I don't care if you're a Bama fan, a Clemson fan. If you're in the South, which is where most college football fans are at with the SEC, you cannot root against the freaking Army. As much as you cry about America, you cannot root against the Army. So, Boise will get in, and Army. That's 8 teams. Right here, it's where it gets fun. A&M, Georgia, Tennessee, and LSU get in. That's your 12. Texas will be ranked higher than some teams that didn't got in. But that's the way it crumbles, man. Who have you played? Who have you beaten? That's currently significant. I'm Coach Simmons, and this has been my chaos theory for the week. College football playoff. Have a good day.